Kingdom Eighties is the latest addition to the Kingdom series, which is a 2D side-scroller with turret defense, resource management, and base building mechanics. This standalone in the franchise brings the game into the 80s, with all the retro stylings you could want, and a soundtrack that knows how to vibe. Fans of the series will know pretty much what to expect, as the core mechanics are relatively unchanged. For those new to the series, let me cover a few basics. Controls don't really get much more simple than Kingdom games. You can literally play it one-handed, which I think is particularly nice when I'm feeling extra sick and just want to chill until I feel better. A and D will move you left or right, with a double tap giving you a speed boost for as long as your mount's stamina will last. Tapping S will drop coins to recruit new workers and fighters, and holding S will allow you to purchase weapons, tools, and upgrades to your base, turrets, and walls, among other things. In prior games, you recruited peasants to serve as farmers, builders, and fighters of various sorts. In Kingdom Eighties, you will be recruiting the kids in your summer camp where you're working as a youth counselor. There are 3 other counselors who will join you in your adventure to escape camp and ultimately to defeat the Greedlings. The Tinkerer is a master builder who can make just about anything more sturdy, while the Champ is an athlete who will use his bike to take down a few Greedlings and cover your back. You won't meet the Wiz until episode 2 when you hit the town, but oh boy will he change the mechanics. Once you get his electronics back from the Greedlings, he'll add laser turrets or photon cannons or mortars or something. I'm not sure what to call them, but they help you defend your base, and they look really cool. He'll also build a robot that will travel with you when you've got the Champ pushing a dumpster around as a mobile barricade. I feel like there was a similar robot in one of the old RoboCop movies. Is it just me? Well, robots aside, the 3 support characters and the dumpster mechanic are probably one of the biggest shifts from the previous game's mechanics, and I absolutely love them. With the dumpster blocking the greed and the robot shooting them, the Tinkerer will periodically punt the Greedlings back to give everyone some breathing room. This mechanic isn't entirely new, as it somewhat resembles the older games where you would escort a wagon full of explosives to blow up the main Greedling portal in each level. However, unlike the wagon, Champ will actually withdraw with the dumpster, and you can pay a coin to have him put it down and rejoin you on his bike. Another big divergence from the prior games is coin farming. It used to be you would have actual farmers tilling and tending fields to harvest crops of coins until you were drowning in gold. In Kingdom 80s, you'll still be hunting small wildlife and deer, but you'll also have to locate various objects and places where the kids who are helping you can do chores, quote, or play games or go swimming to generate coins. Some of these are as simple as cleaning up a lawnmower so they can mow the grass, but there's also clearing the swim decks or the pool so they can hang out, and there's an arcade where they can play video games and somehow generate money for you. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but I dig it. There are also the chests of old, full of coins and with an updated look. In addition, you can look for mailboxes, parking meters, and a few other creative sources of coins. Just mark the object with a coin and a builder will come make short work of it for you. I loved this increase in variety, and gamers familiar with the series will want to bear in mind that, while unequipped recruits can do chores, they won't hold on to coins. You'll want extra builders running around or regular additions to your archery crews, as coins will disappear if left on the ground for too long. The game also offers 5 difficulty settings, from peaceful, where most achievements are disabled and the Greedlings will only defend their portals, to easy, normal, hard, and cursed. These will mainly adjust how many Greedlings the game throws at you and how hard they and their portals are to kill. I went up to hard on one of my runs and found it pleasantly challenging, and I look forward to cursed eventually when I have more time on my hands. For those looking for a quick run through the game, I beat it on easy in under 6 hours, and while you can speedrun the game if you're into that, you'll miss out on a lot of hidden gems like the monster truck, and amusing references to movies like Jason's cabin in the summer camp level. You can adjust the volume for music and sound effects separately, which is always nice. Speaking of, the music in Kingdom 80s is just as enchanting as in prior games and DLCs. But with a distinctive synthwave sound that truly brings back the 80s, whether you were there for them the first time around or not. One of my favorite things about the music is how it drifts smoothly in and out of awareness for me. It's there, but not demanding of my attention when I'm dealing with a horde of Greedlings spurred on by a blood moon. but I can actively listen to it while running back and forth building upgrades and farming for coins. Kingdom original soundtracks are one of the few soundtracks where I tend to pick them up and actually listen to them just for the pleasure of listening. There are no voice actors to speak of, and that suits me just fine personally. Better none than bad ones, am I right? Graphically, Kingdom 80s brings that same beautiful pixelated style that made the classic such a hit, and adds that 80s aesthetic twist in a wonderfully charming way. My boyfriend asked me once, "Don't you get bored just running back and forth across the map?" I stared at him for a moment in utter confusion. How could I get bored? It's such a pretty game. Just look at it. Fans of the pixel art style will find more to feast their eyes on in Kingdom 80s than in any prior Kingdom games. It really is a visual treat. The single biggest change in the game, and one I really hope to see again in future titles, was a solid narrative plot delivered via cinematic sequences. It's nothing fancy, and definitely not enough to put the game into any kind of narrative genre, but it's a simple and effective game device that I felt added just a little something not previously seen in the series. Correct me if I'm wrong, but in one of the prior games, I want to say 2 Crowns, you could change your flag colors and possibly the figure central to the coat of arms. Well, in Kingdom 80s you can customize both, and the color of your jacket will also change to match the primary color of your flag. I love all the little different doodads and things you can put on your coat of arms. I think my favorite is either the arcade game system or the little Space Invaders. I can't decide. Changing colors is still a little bit random, but it doesn't take long to cycle through them all either, and I really hope they continue this customization trend going with the next title. Between the beautiful pixel art for which Kingdom is well known, the rad synthwave music tracks, hidden secrets and references, I found Kingdom 80s to be a worthy successor to its predecessors. The simple mechanics can be as challenging or as easygoing as you like, and the gameplay is as addictive as it is relaxing, once you get the hang of it. While some gamers may find the minimalism of the mechanics, tutorials, and cinematics underwhelming or even outright boring, I think this one will definitely appeal to the majority, and in particular to cozy gamers looking for a chill play on peaceful, easy, or normal. If you're still feeling tentative about picking the single-player game up, Kingdom Classic, the original, is free to play on Steam and probably elsewhere.